6100 truck, basically cut in half and stretched apart.
You could for sure fit adults in here. It's a big center mount tube chassis truck. I got the big shocks and everything up and in there. Well, hi, hello, it's Nick again, and we're here to talk about more cool trucks. Today, we are here with
Paul Fisher.
Paul Fisher and his beautiful 4-door OBS. This thing's way too cool. You want to tell me a little bit about this?
This is a truck that a lot of people in the off-road community know about. Was owned by Bruce Brunk, and you know about this truck.
Oh yeah.
And I never had the pleasure of meeting Bruce. Everything that I've heard has been amazing.
Yeah.
Anybody who you know has the idea to come up with a truck like this is okay in my book for sure. Everything that I do with it, I'm trying to keep it legit for Bruce, and the truck's been amazing so far. It seems to me like, and you can let me know if what the inspiration was, is a 6100 truck, basically cut in half and stretched apart, and I feel like that's basically what it is. So 1450/6100 type build, spec trophy truck. That's pretty much the extent of what I know, as far as I'm sure you have some fill in the blank stuff. Yeah, I know this because this whole thing, the chassis and everything was built by the guys at Dirt King, correct? And then I think the Ewing brothers, Christian and Jake, worked on this thing a bunch, mounted some glass. But I mean, this thing's rad. It's got like all the good parts and pieces. It's a big center mount tube chassis truck. I got the big shocks and everything up and in there, big steering rack, all the Camberg hubs. It's got like all the buzzwords that you need to go fast. The big LS, you know, the Turbo 400, 40s, big shocks, King 4.5s, big fuel cell, all that fun stuff. And then you have all that, and it's wrapped with 4 seats. So it's real nice. So you put the whole family in, get all rowdy, have a good time. But yeah, so tell me, like, so where you picked this truck up, what, like a couple months ago, right? I think it's
6 months?
Yeah, six months ago, something like that, midsummer.
Sure.
I had a 4-linked I-beam 2-wheel drive Bronco.
Okay.
And talked to Chris Livingston. When I saw it on Race Desert, I immediately had to go down and look at it.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw it, I was like, I gotta get this. I gotta figure out how to make it happen.
I like that. I'm gonna need that.
And I obviously needed to sell the Bronco, and I have since sold the Bronco. There was a moment in time where I owned both. It was a little bit...
a hectic time of 2 pre-runners.
2 pre-runners.
Nothing's more hectic than 1 pre-runner, except for 2 pre-runners.
So Bronco's been sold. That alleviated a little pressure. Chris was nice enough to take some money down and work with me on timing, because obviously anybody would have scooped this thing up. Yeah. And I was lucky enough to be selected basically to buy it, because I'm sure somebody else would have scooped it up instantly. And it seems to have gone to a good home where somebody's going to use it properly and give it the credit that it needs and give it as much fun as it needs. Yeah, I mean, my goal is to keep it running for every trip. I've had just getting everybody knows about the new truck blues. Oh yeah. So just getting all the corks worked out, getting everything worked out. I mean, obviously there's no interior in it, and there's a reason for that. Get all this figured out first, and then exactly. You got to take it out and put it through its paces before you finish it, because you never know what you're gonna have to change. Exactly. You never know what you're gonna want to change. So just getting it out for every trip this season so far. I haven't missed a trip. Yeah. And it's been difficult, to say the least, to get out to every trip with it. Just the new truck gremlins that you got to go through. Everybody goes through it. You think that you have paid a certain amount of money to get your build where you want it, or you've built it even yourself, and you realize you missed those couple little knickknacks and the little things. Oh yeah. Get out to the desert. Oh yeah. And you go through the whoops one time, and you go, oh no. Yeah, I forgot this. I should have done that. I should have changed this. Oh yeah. So this thing's bad. I'm getting there. I mean, I'm up in the high percentages of having it going. Oh, we got passengers already. We got passengers.
That is the best part
I've
about this.
got a permanent seat in here.
Ethan's permanent seat
Well, look
in
at all
the truck.
look at all the leg room in this thing. You could for sure fit adults in here, no problem. Oh, this is great. I love this. Yeah, so it's basically all tinned in here, no more stock anything. All the cool stuff up here in the dash. It's perfect. This is like a race car with 4 seats. It's got what you need, gets it done. With the stock mirrors, of course. McNeil clip, oh man. Yeah, this truck was in my shop for a very short moment of time just to tie up a couple loose ends. And my brother and I got to crawl over it a good amount, and there's a lot of really nice fab. Dustin and Nick did a great job on the whole thing. Yep, see, there it is.
This
OBS issues.
Yeah, this
OBS issues.
This
I know
is
all
from
that.
one single lawn dart, and
Yeah.
that was a good one. I wish I would have had it on film. Don't have film of it, but the dirt went up over the cab, and it was
Scary.
It was scary for a second.
Yeah.
I thought I had damaged something bad.
Well,
but
that's a big old truck to be kicking that far.
yeah,
So, I mean,
it
how
weighs about 6,000 pounds. I actually thought it was way more than that.
Yeah,
And
that's-
when I went to the transfer station to get it weighed, it was like just over 6,000 pounds with a quarter tank of gas
That's
and me
good.
sitting in it.
That's-
So
yeah.
it was actually, with a quarter tank of gas, it would have been less than 6,000.
Yeah,
I
well,
figure,
that's like
you know.
my truck is 6,100 pounds, and then my brother's F100 is actually 5,800 pounds. So you're like right there on par with what off-road trucks should weigh.
I think once the interior goes in, that'll be a little bit of weight.
Yeah,
You got,
for sure.
you know, all that. And then
People and
fuel
everything.
fuel cell's not necessarily located in the back. I don't know if you have any information on
Yeah,
why. But
I would, if I remember correctly, Bruce had wanted to keep the cell centered to keep the back open for storage and all that stuff. Because I mean,
Okay.
as a big family cruiser like this, you know, all the knickknacks and fun stuff that go along with
So-
taking kids to the desert. So
what I've noticed is what that allows is that you got the engine pushed way back. It's like probably 11 inches further back than it necessarily has to
Oh,
be.
yeah.
And then you've got the fuel cell pushed way forward. So you've got all this center of mass that's into the center of the truck, and it's very nimble.
Oh, yeah.
It actually doesn't feel like it's a 20-foot truck. That's not the wheelbase, that's the length of the truck.
Sure,
but
sure.
it doesn't feel like it's a 20-foot truck. It feels nimble like a smaller truck because all the weight's compressed to the center. Now, might have some issues with, you know,
big bumps and
big bumps
nosing
and
over a little
nosing
bit. Sure.
over and having
Yeah.
that kind of problem, but I think that could be alleviated with some shock tuning. I think I'm a little oversprung in the rear. And
Possibly, yeah.
there's
And
there's some things I want to get into
Yeah.
with some shock tuning and stuff like that. It's basically out of the box right now,
Yeah.
and it works pretty well. I don't know if you guys seen any videos of double slide jumps
think
or anything
there's
like
some
that.
videos we have of that.
No way!
Absolutely. But
It does pretty good.
Yeah.
It goes a little nose heavy, but I think I can do some adjustments. I've already done a lot of tube twisting. I haven't changed any of the spring rates
yeah,
yet.
springs are big.
And then I don't know if the IBPs are controlling the dampening at all.
Sure.
I'm not sure. I have them all the way loose, but the valving in the IBPs might be too small to allow for enough flow. I really want my 4.5s back here to control the dampening. I don't want
This
the
should the
IBPs
coilovers
to
do it.
control
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I don't know
These are
if
big
it
old
is or
shocks,
not.
too.
I can't,
Big old
put my finger on it.
Yeah. It takes time, like we were just talking, like all the new truck blues and, you know, getting a new car tuned, like building the car, like sometimes it's not the easiest part, but building the car is such like a cut and dry thing to do. You build the car, but then testing it and tuning it and getting it dialed in, working out all its quirks and all that stuff, that's what takes a lot of time. And that's really what sets, you know, a truck, like just a regular truck, aside from like a really nice truck, is somebody taking the time to take it to that next level of tuning and all that stuff. It looks like you're on the right path and it looks like you're doing it.
Yeah,
so-
I mean, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Almost a full-time job to try to
Oh,
keep
yeah.
it running. And, you know, a lot of times I've never driven anything this crazy before, so I don't even know what I'm looking for.
sure, sure,
I know enough to be dangerous.
sure,
but,
exactly.
Maybe if I have some people like you sit
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
truck.
yeah. Hey, there it is. Yeah, yeah. Take me for a ride. Let's go ride in this
then I
thing.
can get a little more information on what it can do.
Yeah.
I know what it can do right now, but I don't know if it could be better.
Sure.
So,
Sure.
but
that's- I mean,
it
it's-
does really well.
Yeah, and that's the fun thing about these trucks is that they're just the possibilities are endless. You can do so much with them and tuning and editing and all that stuff that, yeah, it's just darn good time. But like he was saying, the motor is extremely far back. If you look at the pulleys here, the pulleys are actually behind the shock centers. They're actually behind the hubs, so a lot of weight out of the nose of the truck. But with this thing being as long as it is, you need as much help as you can towards the back. But I know this is something I have like in my Amazon cart. I just have those on like constant reorder. Grills and headlights, because they don't like to stay in these trucks whatsoever. We can stick our head up and under here. But yeah, all that stuff, all the cool power steering stuff, big shocks. Control them, see all the center mount stuff. This is a real nice piece here. That's really badass. Motors far back in there. You look down the tunnel. Yeah, and I think this was Dustin and Nick's first and only center mount anything I think they've built at Dirt King, and they did a really nice job. Like, it's all MIG welded, like really bitchin' welds. That's something that company's known for themselves, is how well their welding is. Really nice parts and pieces, big brakes, big fun stuff. But so it's kind of nice to see a truck that's not only pleasing to look from the outside, but actually has nice parts and pieces and everything all the way around. The Dirt King arms and all that stuff. Big old truck. What we got for housing in this thing? There we go. Big old Dirt King housing. Super nice.
The third member is Evan Weller.
Oh, okay. See, there it is. Third time today, Evan Weller Diff. They're the best. Best in the business. Yeah, real nice parts and pieces. Yep. Big old Evan Weller third. All the coolers, everything tucked under. Real nice exhaust.
Danny.
Oh, Danny did the exhaust? Oh, climbing under here. Nick's going under. Wow.
Sounds gnarly.
Uh-huh.
When you get up to about $6,000, it's wicked.
Yeah, this thing's cool. It is nice being such a big, long truck. You've got a lot of room for activities under here to make all the exhaust and everything look and sound right. Big trans. This whole Y-frame up here is really nice. All built like that. Nice and strong. This is a big old strong truck, man. Holy smokes. Nice. This is badass.
Do you want to put turf underneath your lift now?
I do, actually. This grass is really nice. The turf, I need this. I need to slide. I'm gonna wear a windbreaker everywhere I go, so I can just slide around underneath trucks. I'm gonna put this in my shop. Nice work. Yeah, this thing's bitching. Badass. All right, well, I guess we look some more inside stuff.
Haven't even filmed the top of the truck.
All right, I guess we do need to go on the roof, huh? Let's take a look up here. Oh, there it is. Beautiful. I love this thing. Yeah, this thing's just all business in here.
Turn the Holly on.
Just hit the master switch?
Yeah. You hit that, and then the ECU should turn on automatically with the dome lights. Got the Switch Pros set up.
Oh, it's a 2 or?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
And then the ECU and the lights turn on automatically with the battery switch.
What is this thing, a Ferrari? Holy smokes.
I know, I've been doing a lot of programming on this thing. And then the dash, I finally got everything actually working. The fuel cell, the gauge,
Everything?
the trans, this power steering tip.
See? It's that extra little 10% that sets these trucks apart. When this whole thing works 100%, you're dialed. Nobody takes the time to do that. Good work. Wiring and everything under here. This thing's nice. It's perfect. It's simple. It's there. It's everything you need.
Power windows.
Whoa. Gangster. Huh. The power windows in my BMW don't even work. This is nice. And a pre-runner. Back in the seat again, hanging out. There's so much room in here. I love it. I love this thing. Bitchin'. Way bitchin'. Oh yeah. It's cool. And like you had said, we can finish all this off eventually, but working out all the new truck hiccups, get this thing figured out. He's just gonna stay here forever. This is your bedroom now?
Yeah.
You're gonna rent the room out in the house so you can do more desert trips?
Yeah.
He just lives in a pre-runner. Ah, perfect.
I don't have vintage air yet, but that's pretty vintage.
See, I was always told that that's called 250 AC because you've got 2 windows at 50 miles an hour, you've got air conditioning. So 250 AC. That one, you can use that one if you want.
It will have vintage.
Nice. Yeah.
And then those windows don't need to open anymore.
I love it. This thing's cool.
Because not only do they bring in the cool air, but they bring in the
hot.
dust.
Oh yeah, and the dust. Cool BRT wheels. These are old school. I love, or BTRs. BTRs? BTRs.
I believe so.
See, I'm getting old. The BTRs, these are nice.
And then I don't know if that's Steel It or if that's the color of the rims.
So I think that is Steel It because Bruce was the distributor for Steel It. He was kind of Bruce was the guy that kind of brought Steel It into the off-road community for a while. Like he was the first dude. and then through bank and through all that stuff. So there is a lot of steelhead on this truck, and he introduced us to it. My brother and I, and all of our race cars and everything have it on it now. So that was a big thanks to him. But yeah, this thing's too bitchin'. Big old Harmon. So yeah, but cool. So when are you gonna take this thing out next? New Year's? Is that what we're thinking?
No, I'm leaving today.
Leaving today.
I'm leaving
He's leaving today.
I'm leaving as soon as this is over.
Oh, got it. So we're holding them up. We're holding them up from having fun, I guess. So, but yeah, so good overview. Bitchin' truck, Dirt King built chassis, worked on by the Wing brothers. Badass. I love this thing. I'm glad to see it up and ripping and went to a good home. To somebody who's actually going to drive this and take it to its full potential and use it how Bruce built it originally. Take your family around to the desert, rip around, and have a darn good time. So thank you very much for your time. I appreciate you.
Thanks, Bruce.
Yeah. Thank you very much for showing us your truck, and hopefully we see some more clips of you getting wild, dude.
We'll do it. I got some plans.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. See, he's still in there. Now he's getting out. He wants his room back. But cool. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much. As always, like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and sorry for being awkward on camera.